Be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46:10. If stress has been sitting on your chest all day, if your mind has been running like it can't stop, if your body feels tight, like it forgot how to soften, lie down now. You don't have to finish everything to earn rest. You don't have to fix every problem to be allowed to sleep. You don't have to prove anything tonight. Tonight, we will let God's word carry you through the Psalms. If you want long Psalms prayers like this to help you sleep, subscribe so you don't miss the next one. One small click, and you'll have a place to come back to at night. Lord, I am tired. Tired in places people cannot see. Tired from holding it together. Tired from staying strong. Tired from being fine. My heart has been carrying too much, like a heavy bag I never set down, all day, all week, maybe longer than I admit. But you say, be still, and I confess, I don't know how to be still when my thoughts are loud. So I come to you, not to perform, not to sound spiritual, but to be honest. I am stressed. I am overloaded. I am stretched thin. Touch my forehead with peace. Touch my shoulders with release. Touch my chest where it feels tight. Loosen what has been clenched. Soften what has been braced. Lord, your psalms give shape to what I feel. They don't shame me for it. They bring it into the light. Why art thou cast down, O my soul? And why art thou disquieted within me? Psalm 42. My soul is cast down, disquieted, restless inside. And I don't hide that from you. But the psalm also answers me, hope thou in God, for I shall yet praise him. Psalm 42. So tonight, I choose hope, not as a loud victory, but as a small light, steady, gentle, real. Lord, stress keeps trying to name me, define me, push me. It shows up as unfinished work, unanswered messages, deadlines, money worries, family pressure, expectations, the constant voice saying, you should be doing more. But you call me by another name, beloved, kept, seen, held. Psalm 23 says, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. You are my shepherd, so I am not lacking care, not lacking guidance, not lacking covering. So why does my heart live like I am alone? Lord, remind me tonight, I am not alone. You are not watching from far away. You are present, right here, in this room, near this pillow, near this tired body. Psalm 46 says, God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Very present, not late, not distant, not unclear. Present. Lord, be my refuge, not just as a concept, but as a felt safety. When my thoughts rise, be my refuge. When my chest tightens, be my refuge. When my stomach knots, be my refuge. When I fear tomorrow, be my refuge. Lord, I have been gripping what I cannot control, as if holding tighter could make life behave. But your word tells me another way. Cast thy burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. Psalm 55:22. So I cast it. I hand it over. I place it in your hands. I give you what I cannot fix tonight. The conversations I cannot rewrite, the outcomes I cannot force, the people I cannot change, the timelines I cannot speed up. I give you the looping thoughts, the what-ifs, the constant scanning for danger. And you promised you will sustain me. Sustain. Hold me up where I am weak. Carry me where I am tired. Steady me where I am shaking. Lord, stress makes me feel like I am behind, like I'm failing, like I'm falling short. But you are not measuring me the way fear measures me. Your mercy is not impatient. Your love is not exhausted by me. Psalm 31 says, "Into thine hand I commit my spirit." So I commit my spirit to you. I commit my mind to you. I commit my body to you. I release my clenched hands. I release my clenched jaw. I release the invisible tension I've been wearing. Lord, make a holy distance between me and the pressure. Let tonight be a shelter, not a battlefield. Let my bed be a quiet place, not a court where I rehearse my mistakes. Psalm 121 says, "He shall preserve thy soul." Preserve me. Keep me from the panic that comes in the dark. Keep me from sudden fear. Keep me from the heavy dreams. And if I wake in the night, meet me there, not with condemnation, but with covering. Lord, I confess, I am weary. I am weary with my groaning. Psalm 6, weary from holding tears back, weary from pretending I'm okay, weary from carrying what was never meant to live on my shoulders. But the psalm also says, "The Lord hath heard my supplication." So I believe you hear me, even when I can only whisper, even when I have no words, even when my prayer is simply, "Help." Lord, stress makes my heart rush, but you do not rush. You are steady. You are sure. You are God, and you invite me again. Be still. So I rest my mind under your authority. I don't have to solve everything tonight, because you are already working, even while I sleep. I don't have to carry tomorrow tonight, because tomorrow belongs to you. I don't have to punish myself with endless thinking, because your mercy is new. Lord, lead me beside still waters. Make me lie down in green pastures. Restore my soul. And as I drift toward sleep, let this be the truth that covers me. You are God, and I am held. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Psalm 23:1. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. Psalm 23:2. He restoreth my soul. Psalm 23:3. Lord, I come into this part of the night, and I let Psalm 23 speak first, before my stress speaks. Because stress is loud. It wants to narrate everything. It wants to interpret everything. It wants to decide what my life means. But your psalm is older than my anxiety, deeper than my pressure, stronger than my tension. The Lord is my shepherd, not my stress, not my schedule, not my fear, not my responsibilities. You. And if you are my shepherd, then I am not wandering without care. I am not drifting without guidance. I am not left to survive alone. I shall not want. Lord, that sentence feels too brave. When my heart feels needy, when my mind feels behind, when my body feels depleted. So I ask you to teach me what it means. Not that I have no problems, but that I have no shortage of you. Not that life is easy, but that you are enough inside it. He maketh me to lie down. Lord, I notice the verb. You make. You don't merely suggest. Because sometimes my stress refuses rest. Sometimes my thoughts refuse quiet. Sometimes my nervous system refuses softness. So, Shepherd, make me lie down. Not by fear, not by collapse, not by exhaustion that breaks me, but by peace, by safety, by permission. Make me lie down in green pastures. Lord, stress makes my inner world feel like dry ground, like cracked soil, like I have been walking too long without water. So I ask you, bring green back to my heart, bring life back, bring gentleness back, bring breath back. He leadeth me beside the still waters, not rushing, not loud, not chaotic. Lord, lead my mind beside still waters. Lead my memories beside still waters. Lead my fears beside still waters. Lead my body beside still waters. And let the water be still, even if my thoughts are not. Let your presence be still, even if my feelings move. He restoreth my soul. Lord, stress doesn't just tire my muscles. It drains my soul. It steals color. It steals joy. It steals ease. It steals trust. So restore me. Restore what pressure has worn down. Restore what striving has scraped away. Restore what worry has taken. The Lord is my shepherd. I return again because my mind needs repetition. The Lord is my shepherd, and I refuse to let my stress become my shepherd tonight. I refuse to let urgency guide me. I refuse to let fear lead me. I refuse to let perfectionism drive me. I let the shepherd lead. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness, for his name's sake. Psalm 23:3. Lord, lead me, because stress makes every path feel dangerous, every option feel wrong, every choice feel like a trap. But you lead, for your name's sake, not because I have earned it, not because I have performed well, but because you are faithful, because you are good, because your name is holy. Yeah, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Psalm 23:4. Lord, stress can feel like a valley, a dark corridor, a narrow place, a stretch of days where the light feels far. Sometimes my stress whispers, this is never ending. But the psalm says, walk through. Not live there forever, not build a home there, not become the valley. Walk through. And even in the valley, I will fear no evil. Lord, that sentence isn't denial. It's devotion. It's not saying, nothing scary exists. It's saying, you exist here too. For thou art with me, not above me only, not beyond me only, but with me. Lord, be with me in the sensation of stress. Be with me when my chest tightens. Be with me when my mind races. Be with me when my stomach churns. Be with me when I feel the pressure of tomorrow. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Comfort. Lord, I need comfort, not lectures, not more demands, not more weight. Comfort. So let your rod and staff mean this tonight, that you guide and you protect, that you correct what will harm me, and you guard what would attack me, that you are not passive, you are present, and your presence comforts. Thou preparest a table before me, in the presence of mine enemies. Psalm 23:5. Lord, stress feels like an enemy. It watches me, it pressures me, it follows me into quiet rooms. Sometimes it sits at the edge of my bed, like it wants to eat my peace. But you prepare a table, not after the enemies leave, but in their presence. Meaning, my peace does not depend on perfect circumstances. My rest does not depend on life behaving. My calm does not depend on everyone approving of me. You can feed me, even while stress tries to stare me down. You anoint my head with oil. Lord, anoint me. Oil for my mind, oil for my forehead, oil for my thoughts, oil for the places that feel inflamed, rubbed raw, overworked. My cup runneth over. Lord, stress says, I'm running out of strength, running out of time, running out of patience, running out of capacity. But the psalm says, my cup runs over. Not because I have endless resources, but because you are the source. The overflow is not my perfection. It is your provision. Lord, let your goodness be the overflow. Let your mercy be the overflow. Let your quiet be the overflow. Let your steadiness be the overflow. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. Psalm 23:6. Follow me. Lord, stress says, pressure follows me. The next task, the next problem, the next expectation. But your psalm says, goodness follows me. Mercy follows me. Not occasionally, not only on easy days, all the days, even the stress days, even the tired days, even the days I feel like I failed. Goodness still follows. Mercy still follows. And if mercy follows me, then I don't have to chase it. I don't have to earn it. I don't have to prove I deserve it. It is behind me, closing the distance, catching up, covering what I missed, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Lord, dwell. Stress makes me feel homeless inside my own body, like I don't belong anywhere, like there is no safe place to land. But your house is a place to dwell, not a place to visit quickly, not a place to pass through, a dwelling. So tonight, let my mind dwell, let my heart dwell, let my thoughts stop sprinting, let my soul sit down, and if I cannot hold every line of faith strongly, hold me strongly anyway. Lord, I turn now to another psalm, because my stress loves to multiply, so I answer it with more scripture. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Psalm 46, 1. Very present. Lord, be very present. Be very present in the silence. Be very present in the dim light. Be very present as my eyes grow heavy. Therefore, we will not fear. Psalm 46, 2. Lord, teach my heart, therefore, because you are refuge. Therefore I can loosen my grip, because you are strength. Therefore I can stop pretending I'm unbreakable, because you are present. Therefore I can stop scanning the room for threats. Be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46, 10. I return again, because stress forgets quickly, and my soul needs reminders. Be still, not because everything is solved, but because God is God. Be still, not because I am powerful, but because He is. Be still, not because life is quiet, but because His voice is truer than the noise. Lord, I bring you my mind, and I set it down. I bring you tomorrow, and I set it down. I bring you the opinions I fear, and I set them down. I bring you the work I cannot finish, and I set it down. I bring you the stress that sits in my muscles, and I set it down. And if my thoughts try to pick it back up, again, and again, and again, then again, and again, and again, I will say, the Lord is my shepherd, and I will let that be the final shepherding voice as sleep comes close. Lord, let goodness and mercy follow me into dreaming. Let still waters move through my nervous system. Let green pastures cover the inside of my chest, and let me dwell in your house, even in my sleep. I laid me down and slept. I awaked, for the Lord sustained me. Psalm 3:5. Lord, I come into part 3 with a psalm that already knows the shape of the night. I laid me down, not because everything was perfect, not because every threat disappeared, not because every worry was solved, but because the psalmist chose to lie down anyway. And tonight, I choose it too. I laid me down and slept. Sleep as an act of trust. Sleep as a surrender. Sleep as a confession that I am not God and that you are. I awaked. Lord, even waking is mentioned, like a small miracle, because some nights, stress makes sleep feel fragile, like it might break, like it might not come, like my mind might keep me hostage. But the psalm says, I slept, and I awoke. And the reason is simple, for the Lord sustained me. Sustained. Lord, I don't want to sustain myself tonight. I don't want to be my own strength, my own refuge, my own rescuer. I want your sustaining. Sustain my body, sustain my mind, sustain my soul. Sustain my breathing without me noticing. Sustain my heartbeat without me controlling it. Sustain the hidden systems inside me that keep working while I rest. Lord, when stress has been loud all day, it can feel wrong to be still. like I'm falling behind, like I'm irresponsible, like I'm letting something slip. But your psalm answers that lie. You sustain me, meaning I am not abandoned in my rest, meaning even in sleep you are working, meaning I can let go. Psalm 4 speaks too. I will both lay me down in peace and sleep, for thou, Lord, only makest me dwell in safety. Psalm 4:8. Lord, I want that. Lay me down in peace, not in mental arguments, not in rehearsed conversations, not in fear scrolling through the future, in peace, because you, only you, make me dwell in safety. Lord, stress makes me dwell in vigilance. It turns my mind into a guard, my body into a watchtower, my heart into an alarm system. But the psalm says, you make me dwell in safety. So let my vigilance retire tonight. Let my inner guard lay down its weapons. Let my scanning eyes close. Let the constant measuring stop. Because safety is not something I manufacture. It is something you make. Lord, I turn to Psalm 91. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Psalm 91:1. Secret place. Lord, stress feels like exposure, like everything is too open, too visible, too judged, too pressured. So bring me into the secret place, not a place of hiding from you, but a place of hiding in you, under the shadow of the Almighty. Shadow, not a dark shadow of fear, but a sheltering shadow of closeness, like a wing, like a covering, like a safe nearness. Lord, let your shadow fall over my thoughts. Let it cool the heat in my mind. Let it dim the harsh lights of pressure. Let it soften the sharp edges of worry. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress. My God, in Him will I trust. Psalm 91:2. Lord, I say it, not because I feel fearless, but because I need to remember what is true. You are my refuge. Refuge when my emotions surge. Refuge when my mind runs. Refuge when my plans shake. You are my fortress. A wall that stress cannot climb. A strength that pressure cannot crack. Surely He shall deliver thee. Psalm 91:3. Deliver. Lord, deliver me from the trap of overthinking. Deliver me from the snare of perfectionism. Deliver me from the fear that says I must control everything. Deliver me from invisible panic. Deliver me from dread that has no clear name. Deliver me from the heaviness I carried alone. He shall cover thee with His feathers, and under His wings shalt thou trust. Psalm 91:4. Cover. Lord, cover me. Cover the parts of me that feel exposed. Cover the parts of me that feel too sensitive. Cover the places where stress bruised me. Under His wings. I don't need to be strong under wings. I just need to be near. So I come near. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night. Psalm 91:5. Lord, the terror by night. Sometimes it's a nightmare. Sometimes it's a sudden wake-up. Sometimes it's my heart pounding. Sometimes it's a thought that hits like lightning. But your word says, I shall not be afraid. Not because night has no terrors, but because you are greater than night. Lord, train my heart in that truth. Even if fear rises, let it meet your presence. Even if a thought screams, let it be answered by your peace. Psalm 121 returns. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. Psalm 121 verse 1. My help cometh from the Lord. Psalm 121 verse 2. Lord, my help, not my hustle, not my constant effort, not my endless planning. My help comes from you. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. Psalm 121 verse 3. Lord, stress makes me feel unstable, like one wrong thing will topple me. But you will not let my foot slip. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Psalm 121:3. Lord, this is what I need tonight. You do not slumber, meaning, when I sleep, you are awake, meaning, when my eyes close, your eyes remain, meaning, I am not responsible for holding the universe together. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Psalm 121:4. Neither slumber nor sleep. Lord, stress keeps telling me, if I stop, everything will fall apart. But your psalm says, you are keeper. The keeper does not sleep. So I can. The Lord is thy keeper. Psalm 121:5. Keeper. Lord, keep my mind from spirals. Keep my heart from sudden fear. Keep my body from tightening again. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Psalm 121:7. Preserve my soul. Lord, stress tries to erode my soul, like water wearing down stone. But you preserve. You guard what is precious. You keep what is vulnerable. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in. Psalm 121:8. Lord, even my coming in, even my coming into sleep, preserve it. Let my sleep be preserved. Let it be protected. Let it be gentle. Psalm 62 speaks softly. Truly my soul waiteth upon God. From him cometh my salvation. Psalm 62 verse 1. Waiteth. Lord, stress hates waiting. It wants immediate answers, immediate control, immediate certainty. But my soul waits on God. He only is my rock and my salvation. Psalm 62, 2. Rock. Lord, be rock under me. When my emotions feel like waves, be the rock. When pressure hits, be the rock. When my thoughts swirl, be the rock. Trust in him at all times. Ye people, pour out your heart before him. Psalm 62:8. Lord, I pour out my heart. The parts that are tense, the parts that are tired, the parts that feel behind, the parts that fear disappointment. I pour out the whole thing, without editing, without pretending. And your word says, God is a refuge for us. Refuge again, because you know I need to hear it many times. Lord, as the night deepens, Let these psalms do what they were written to do. Let them carry me when I cannot carry myself. Let them steady me when stress tries to shake me. Let them hush me when pressure tries to shout. And if my mind tries to argue with peace, let peace remain. If my thoughts try to sprint, let your shepherd slow them. If fear tries to rise, let your wings cover it. Lord, I lay me down, and if sleep comes slowly, you are still sustaining. If sleep comes quickly, you are still sustaining. If I wake for a moment, you are still sustaining. Because your word has said it. I laid me down and slept. I awaked, for the Lord sustained me. And I let that be my final sentence for now. Return unto thy rest, O my soul, for the Lord hath dealt bountifully with thee. Psalm 116:7. Lord. Part 4 begins with a call, not to work, not to prove, not to strive, but to return. Return, because stress pulls my soul away. It drags me into the future. It drags me into the past. It drags me into imaginary disasters. It drags me into endless preparation. So your psalm speaks directly to my soul. Return unto thy rest. Rest is not a stranger. Rest is a home. Rest is not laziness. Rest is obedience. Rest is not failure. Rest is trust. Lord, my soul has wandered, and tonight I return. I return to the place where you are God, and I am not. I return to the place where you hold me, and I don't hold everything. For the Lord hath dealt bountifully with thee. Bountifully. Lord, stress makes my mind count what is missing, count what is late, count what is not enough. But your psalm says, you have dealt bountifully, meaning you have been generous, you have been faithful, you have not been stingy with mercy. So I let my soul remember, not what fear remembers, but what Scripture remembers. Psalm 131 meets me here. Lord, my heart is not haughty, nor mine eyes lofty. Neither do I exercise myself in great matters, or in things too high for me. Psalm 131, verse 1. Lord, stress makes me exercise myself in great matters, things too high for me. It makes me try to carry outcomes. It makes me try to predict people. It makes me try to control timing. It makes me try to manage everything. But the psalm says, I will not climb into what is too high for me. I will not demand to understand everything tonight. I will not force my brain to solve what belongs to your wisdom. Surely I have behaved and quieted myself. As a child that is weaned of his mother, my soul is even as a weaned child. Psalm 131:2. Quieted. Lord, quiet my soul, not by numbing it, not by shutting down, but by settling, like a child that has stopped crying because it trusts it is held. Lord, I want that, a weaned child, not frantic, not grasping, not demanding, resting, because love is near. Let Israel hope in the Lord, from henceforth and forever. Psalm 131:3. Hope. Lord, Hope is how my soul returns. Hope is how my mind softens. Hope is how stress loses its grip. Psalm 94 speaks into the overloaded mind. In the multitude of my thoughts within me, thy comforts delight my soul. Psalm 94:19. Lord, multitude of thoughts, that is me. Thoughts stacked on thoughts, questions on questions, scenarios on scenarios. And the psalm does not shame me for it. It names it, and then it gives me the answer. Thy comforts, comforts, not one comfort, comforts, plural, because my mind needs more than one gentle touch. Thy comforts delight my soul. Lord, let your comforts delight me, not entertain me, not distract me, but delight my soul. A deep sweetness, a quiet relief, a softening inside. Psalm 23 returns again. Because the shepherd repeats goodness, he restoreth my soul. Restore, Lord. Stress scatters my soul like papers blown by wind. Restore means gather my scattered pieces, gather my attention, gather my emotions, gather my breath, gather my inner self, and make me whole again. Psalm 147 whispers, He healeth the broken in heart, and bindeth up their wounds. Psalm 147:3. Lord, stress wounds in quiet ways. It doesn't always look dramatic. It looks like tension, like irritability, like numbness, like exhaustion, like silent fear. So heal, bind up, wrap what hurts, cover what aches. Lord, I come to Psalm 56. When I am afraid, I will trust in thee. Psalm 56:3. When, not if, when I am afraid, because fear visits and stress invites it. But I will trust, not because I feel ready, but because trust is a direction. In God I have put my trust. I will not fear. Psalm 56:4. Lord, my trust is not perfect, but it is placed. It is placed in God, not in my plans. It is placed in God, not in my performance. It is placed in God, not in other people's approval. Psalm 46 steadies me again. God is our refuge and strength. Psalm 46 verse 1. Refuge, strength. Lord, I need both. Refuge for my emotions, strength for my weakness. Psalm 37 invites me into a different posture. Rest in the Lord and wait patiently for Him. Psalm 37:7. Rest, wait, patiently. Lord, stress hates patience. It calls patience wasted time. But the psalm calls patience worship. Wait patiently, meaning, I do not have to push the river. I do not have to force the season. I do not have to squeeze fruit from branches that are not ready. I wait with God. Psalm 91 covers again. He shall cover thee with his feathers. Psalm 91:4. Cover. Lord, I receive your cover. Not just protection from danger, but protection from the inner storm. Cover my mind from spiraling. Cover my heart from dread. Cover my imagination from horror stories. Psalm 121 keeps watch. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Psalm 121:3. Lord, the keeper does not slumber, so I can return to rest. And when my mind tries to rise, tries to stand up again, tries to run, I will speak Psalm 116 to my own soul. Return unto thy rest. Return, not once, but again. Every time stress pulls, I return. Every time pressure calls, I return. Every time fear whispers, I return. I return to the shepherd. I return to the refuge. I return to the cover. I return to the keeper. Psalm 4 seals the night. I will both lay me down in peace and sleep. Psalm 4:8. Lord, I lay down in peace. Peace is not earned tonight. Peace is received. Peace is not built from perfect circumstances. Peace is built on your presence. For thou, Lord, only makest me dwell in safety. Only, Lord, only you. Not my overthinking, not my controlling, not my late night worrying. Only you make me dwell in safety. So I let my soul quiet like a weaned child. I let your comforts delight me in the multitude of my thoughts. I let your goodness follow me, even into sleep, and I return unto my rest. Cast thy burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. Psalm 55:22. Lord, part 5 begins again with a burden, because stress loves to return, and the Psalms teach me what to do when it returns. Cast, not analyze it for hours, not negotiate with it, not carry it as proof that I'm responsible. Cast. Lord, I bring you the weight of being needed, the weight of being expected, the weight of trying not to disappoint, the weight of trying not to fall behind, the weight of problems with no clean answers, the weight of decisions with consequences, the weight of uncertainty. I cast it, and I remember the promise, he shall sustain thee. Lord, sustain me, not only in the daytime, but in the nighttime. Not only when I feel strong, but when I feel worn thin, and especially when stress has been sitting in my muscles like it made a home there. Psalm 38 names the physical side of stress. There is no soundness in my flesh because of thine anger, neither is there any rest in my bones. Psalm 38:3. Lord, no rest in my bones. Some nights it feels like that. Restless bones, restless shoulders, restless jaw, restless stomach. And I bring that truth to you without shame. Psalm 147 says, he healeth the broken in heart, and bindeth up their wounds. Psalm 147:3. Lord, bind up what stress has bruised. Bind up my inner wounds, the invisible ones, the ones that come from carrying too much too long, the ones that come from never feeling caught up, the ones that come from living under pressure. Psalm 6 speaks again. I am weary with my groaning. Psalm 6:6. Weary. Lord, I am weary. Weary from explaining myself. Weary from being misunderstood. Weary from holding back tears. Weary from pushing past my limits. And still, the psalm does not end with despair. The Lord hath heard my supplication. Psalm 6:9. Heard. Lord, hear me now, even if my prayer is simple, even if my prayer is quiet, even if my prayer is only a sigh. Psalm 61 lifts a cry. Hear my cry, O God. Attend unto my prayer. Psalm 61:1. From the end of the earth will I cry unto thee, when my heart is overwhelmed. Psalm 61:2. Lord, overwhelmed. Stress is overwhelm. It is when my heart feels flooded, when my mind feels crowded, when my body feels overfilled with tension. So I pray the next line. Lead me to the rock that is higher than I. Higher than I. Lord, my problems feel high. My responsibilities feel high. My expectations feel high. But you are higher. Lead me, because I cannot climb there by effort. I cannot reason my way into peace. I cannot force my nervous system into calm. Lead me. You have been a shelter for me, and a strong tower from the enemy. Psalm 61:3. Shelter, strong tower. Lord, be that for me. Be my shelter from mental storms. Be my strong tower from fear's accusations. And when stress speaks like an enemy, when it threatens, when it mocks, when it tells me I won't make it, let your strong tower stand. Psalm 59 also names the enemy voice. Deliver me from mine enemies, O my God. Psalm 59:1. Lord, deliver me from the enemies inside my thoughts, from the inner critic that never rests, from the voice that calls me late, from the voice that calls me not enough, from the voice that demands perfection. Deliver me. Psalm 143 leans into the truth of exhaustion. Cause me to hear thy loving kindness in the morning, for in thee do I trust. Psalm 143:8. Lord, even as I lie here, I ask for morning mercy, not because I need to control tomorrow, but because I want to wake to loving kindness, not dread. Cause me to know the way wherein I should walk, for I lift up my soul unto thee. Psalm 143:8. Lord, I lift up my soul. My soul has been dragged down by stress, so I lift it, not by willpower, but by worship. Psalm 62 returns to the steady center. Truly my soul waiteth upon God. Psalm 62 verse 1. Waiteth. Lord, I wait on you. Stress says, hurry. But the psalm says, wait. He only is my rock and my salvation. He is my defense. I shall not be greatly moved. Psalm 62:2. Not greatly moved. Lord, stress tries to move me. It moves me into panic. It moves me into irritability. It moves me into numbness. It moves me into late night spirals. But you are my defense, so I will not be greatly moved. Not because I am steady, but because you are. Psalm 27 gives me another anchor. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? Psalm 27:1. Light. Lord, stress feels like dimness, like shadow, like everything is heavy and gray. So be my light, not a harsh light, a gentle light, enough to calm my imagination. The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? Strength. Lord, My strength is limited, but yours is not. Psalm 34 invites me to a simple direction. I sought the Lord, and He heard me, and delivered me from all my fears. Psalm 34:4. I sought. Lord, I seek you now, not with perfect focus, but with a willing heart. And I ask you to deliver me from the fears stress has multiplied. This poor man cried, and the Lord heard him, and saved him out of all his troubles. Psalm 34:6. Lord, I am that poor one tonight, not poor in money necessarily, but poor in strength, poor in calm, poor in capacity. And the psalm says, you hear, the angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him, and delivereth them. Psalm 34:7. Encampeth. Lord, camp around me, around this room, around this bed, around my mind, like a guard, like a circle of protection. Psalm 23 returns to the table again. Thou preparest a table before me, in the presence of mine enemies. Lord, my enemies tonight are stress and pressure and fear, but you prepare a table. So feed me with peace, feed me with steadiness, feed me with mercy, and let stress watch while I rest. Psalm 46 speaks the sentence again, because it is medicine. Be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46:10. Lord, I be still, not because I feel perfectly calm, but because I am turning my attention to who you are, and who you are is enough. So I cast my burden again, and I receive sustaining again. And if my mind tries to carry it back, I will cast it back again, until sleep becomes the place where the burden finally falls and stays there. Thou wilt keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusteth in thee. Psalm. Thou wilt keep him in perfect peace. Lord, I reach for peace, perfect peace, not because I deserve it, but because I need it. And I confess, my mind has not been stayed. It has been scattered into tasks, scattered into fears, scattered into regrets, scattered into pressure. So tonight, I ask you to gather it, to stay it, to hold it steady, whose mind is stayed on thee. Lord, stay my mind on you, not on the worst case scenario, not on the email I forgot, not on the conversation I'm dreading, not on the money I'm worried about, not on the future I can't control, on you. Because when my mind is stayed on stress grows. But when my mind is stayed on God, God remains God, and my stress becomes smaller in the light of his greatness, because he trusteth in thee. Lord, trust feels like a muscle, and mine is tired. So strengthen my trust, not by forcing it, but by feeding it. Feed it with the Psalms. Psalm 112 speaks into the anxious heart. He shall not be afraid of evil tidings. His heart is fixed, trusting in the Lord. Psalm 112:7. Lord, evil tidings, bad news, unexpected changes, sharp words, financial surprises, health scares, family trouble. Stress trains my mind to fear evil tidings, to brace for impact, to anticipate loss, to expect the worst. But the psalm says, his heart is fixed. Fixed. Not fixed on fear. Fixed on the Lord. So fix my heart, not in hardness, but in steadiness, trusting in the Lord. Psalm 57 gives me language for refuge. Be merciful unto me, O God. Be merciful unto me, for my soul trusteth in thee. Yea, in the shadow of thy wings will I make my refuge. Psalm 57:1. Lord, mercy. Stress makes me harsh with myself. It makes me impatient. It makes me self-critical. It makes me ashamed of weakness. So I ask, be merciful, and teach me to receive mercy. In the shadow of thy wings, Lord, I return under wings again, because wings are for the small. Wings are for the tired. Wings are for the ones who cannot keep themselves safe. So I come, not as a hero, but as a child, and I make my refuge, not in scrolling, not in distraction, not in late-night controlling, in you. Psalm 63 speaks a gentle thirst. O God, thou art my God. Early will I seek thee. My soul thirsteth for thee. Psalm 63:1. Lord, stress makes me thirsty for relief, thirsty for certainty, thirsty for control, thirsty for something to quiet the inner ache. But my soul thirsts for you, because relief without God is temporary, and control without God is a burden. So let my thirst find the right water. Psalm 42 said, as the hart panteth after the water brooks, so panteth my soul after thee, O God. Lord, the deer pants, because it needs water to live. So my soul pants, because it needs you. And this need is not shameful. It is holy. Psalm 139 meets the stressed mind that feels exposed. O Lord, thou hast searched me and known me. Psalm 139 verse 1. Known. Lord, you know the thoughts I didn't say. You know the pressure I didn't admit. You know the tightness I carried quietly. And still, you keep me. If I say, surely the darkness shall cover me, even the night shall be light about me. Psalm 139:11. Lord, stress can make the night feel heavy, like darkness is thicker, like quiet is dangerous, like my thoughts will become loud in the absence of daylight. But the psalm says, the night is light about me, because you are there. So the darkness is not empty. It is occupied by God. Psalm 3 returns again with the sustaining promise. I laid me down and slept, for the Lord sustained me. Lord, sustain me again. And if sleep is slow, Psalm 91 speaks into the fear of the night again. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night. Psalm 91:5. Lord, not afraid, not because I am brave, but because I am covered. He shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. Psalm 91:11. Keep, Lord, keep me in my ways. Keep me in my sleep. Keep me in my dreaming. Keep me in my waking. Psalm 121 answers the anxious need to stay alert. The Lord shall neither slumber nor sleep. Psalm 121:4. so I don't have to. Lord, stress says, stay awake, stay ready, stay tense. But your word says, the keeper stays awake, so I can soften. Psalm 62 gives me a command that feels like a blanket. Trust in him at all times. Pour out your heart before him. Psalm 62:8. Lord, I pour out my heart. I pour out the things I keep measuring, the things I keep trying to manage, the things I keep replaying. I pour out the fear of being behind, the fear of being misunderstood, the fear of not being enough. I pour out the stress that lives in my body. And then, I listen for the comforts. In the multitude of my thoughts within me, thy comforts delight my soul. Psalm 94:19. Lord, delight my soul, not with loud excitement, but with quiet safety. Not with a rush, but with the settling. Not with a distraction, but with a deep reassurance. Psalm 23 returns again. Because the shepherd repeats, he leadeth me beside the still waters. Still waters. Lord, let my inner waters become still. Let the ripples of stress calm. Let the waves of worry settle. Let the storms of pressure pass. And lead me, because I do not know how to lead myself into rest. I only know how to push, so lead me. Return unto thy rest, O my soul. Psalm 116:7. Lord, I return again, and I ask you to keep my mind stayed, fixed, settled, until perfect peace is not just a verse I admire, but a place I enter. Under your wings, beside still waters, in the house of the Lord. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my Redeemer. Psalm 19:14. Lord, Part 7 begins with meditation, because stress is also a meditation. It repeats, it loops, it replays, it imagines, it rehearses, and it becomes the background music of the mind. So tonight, I bring my meditation back to you, not to force myself into emptiness, but to fill the mind with what is true. And the meditation of my heart, Lord, the meditation of my heart has been heavy. It has been lists and consequences and pressure and deadlines and the fear of being late, the fear of failing, the fear of disappointing. But Psalm 19 gives me a prayer. Let my meditation be acceptable, meaning, let it be cleansed, let it be softened, let it be guided. O Lord, my strength. Lord, stress makes me act like I am my strength, like if I weaken, everything collapses. But the psalm names you, my strength, not my stamina, not my discipline, not my ability to keep going. You, and my Redeemer. Redeemer, meaning, you can buy back what feels lost. You can redeem wasted energy, redeem heavy days, redeem fearful nights, redeem a mind that has been too loud. Lord, I come to Psalm 55 again, because it tells me exactly what to do with stress. Cast thy burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. Psalm 55:22. Cast. Lord, I cast the burden of endless thinking. I cast the burden of trying to be enough for everyone, for everything, all at once. I cast the burden of keeping every plate spinning and pretending I'm not tired. I cast the burden of the future because my mind keeps traveling forward, trying to live tomorrow tonight. But the psalm calls it a burden, and burdens are meant to be carried by someone stronger. And he shall sustain thee. Lord, sustain me. Sustain me when my thoughts try to sprint. Sustain me when my body stays tense. Sustain me when I feel that quiet panic with no clear reason. Lord, Psalm 61 speaks to the overwhelmed heart. When my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock that is higher than I. Psalm 61:2. Overwhelmed. Lord, sometimes stress isn't one thing. It's many small things, stacked, until my heart feels crowded. So I pray, lead me, because the rock is higher than I, higher than my limits, higher than my understanding, higher than my control, and I don't need to climb it alone. Lead me. Psalm 62 steadies me again. Truly, my soul waiteth upon God. Psalm 62 verse 1. Waiteth. Lord, stress always says, now, faster, more. But my soul waits like a child sits by a door, knowing love will arrive, waits like the night waits for morning, without forcing the sun. He only is my rock and my salvation. Psalm 62:2. Only, Lord, not 2 rocks, not 5, not God plus my control, not God plus my perfection, not God plus my overthinking, only God. So I unclench my faith and make it simple. You are my rock. And if you are rock, I do not have to be. I can be held without holding everything. Psalm 94 returns to the crowded mind. In the multitude of my thoughts within me, thy comforts delight my soul. Psalm 94:19, multitude. Lord, so many thoughts, thoughts that argue, thoughts that accuse, thoughts that warn, thoughts that predict disaster, thoughts that ask, what if, what if, what if? And then, thy comforts. Lord, I need your comforts, not as a theory, but as a real touch. Comfort my mind with truth. Comfort my heart with steadiness. Comfort my body with permission to rest. Psalm 56 gives me a small sentence for the moment fear rises. What time I am afraid, I will trust in thee. Psalm 56:3. Lord, when fear rises, I trust. Not because fear is gone, but because trust is stronger than fear. In God have I put my trust. I will not be afraid. Psalm 56:4. Lord, my trust is placed, like a stone set down. I put it in God, not in outcomes. I put it in God, not in approval. I put it in God, not in my ability to manage everything. Psalm 27 lights a gentle lamp in the dark. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? Psalm 27:1. Light. Lord, stress likes dimness. It likes the fog. It likes the unknown. So be my light, not to show me the whole future, but to calm my imagination. The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? Strength. Lord, I have been tired, and stress has been loud, so I need strength. Not the kind I fake, the kind you give. Psalm 46 is my refuge again. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Psalm 46 verse 1. Very present. Lord, be present. Present in the quiet. Present in the slow minutes. Present when my mind tries to run. Psalm 4 speaks a promise that feels like a pillow. I will both lay me down in peace and sleep. For thou, Lord, only makest me dwell in safety. Psalm 4:8. Only, Lord, only you make me dwell in safety. Not my hyper-awareness, not my planning, not my late-night reviewing. Only you. So I lay down in peace. Even if some things are unfinished, even if some things are unclear, even if I do not know how tomorrow will go, because safety is not tomorrow's perfection. Safety is tonight's keeper. Psalm 121 keeps watch for me. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Psalm 121:3. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Psalm 121:4. Lord, you do not slumber, so I do not have to keep watch. I do not have to patrol my thoughts all night. I do not have to monitor every danger. I do not have to carry the role of God. You keep. The Lord is thy keeper. Psalm 121:5. Keeper. Lord, keep my mind from spirals. Keep my heart from dread. Keep my body from tightening again. Psalm 3 returns to the simple night story. I laid me down and slept. I awaked, for the Lord sustained me. Psalm 3:5. Lord, this is the pattern I want. Lie down, sleep, awake, sustained. Not because I controlled the night, but because you sustained me through it. Psalm 23 returns like a gentle rhythm. He leadeth me beside the still waters. Psalm 23:2. Still waters. Lord, lead my inner waters into stillness. Stress has been a storm, and I have felt the waves inside. But you lead beside still waters, meaning you choose the pace, you choose the place, and the shepherd does not hurry his sheep. He restoreth my soul. Psalm 23:3. Restore, Lord, restore the part of me that got worn down today. Restore my patience, restore my tenderness, restore my ease, restore my ability to be human without shame. Psalm 37 gives my striving heart a new instruction. Rest in the Lord and wait patiently for him. Psalm 37:7. Rest, wait, patiently. Lord, I rest in you, not in the idea that everything will be easy, but in the truth that you are faithful. Not in the illusion of control, but in the reality of your care. And as stress tries to pull me back into thinking, back into rehearsing, back into carrying, I answer it with psalms. Cast your burden. Psalm 55. He will sustain. Psalm 55. Your comforts delight my soul. Psalm 94. I will trust in thee. Psalm 56. You are my light. Psalm 27, I will lay me down in peace and sleep. Psalm 4, the keeper will not slumber. Psalm 121, I laid me down and slept. Psalm 3, the shepherd leads beside still waters. Psalm 23, and as these words repeat, my mind learns a new meditation. Not stress, but scripture. Not dread, but refuge. Not hurry, but rest. Not pressure, but shepherding. And if my thoughts return again and again, then I return again and again to the same safe lines. Let the meditation of my heart be acceptable, peaceful, steady. O Lord, my strength and my Redeemer. Thou hast put gladness in my heart, more than in the time that their corn and their wine increased. Psalm 4:7. Lord, Part 8 begins with gladness, because stress has tried to convince me that gladness is unsafe, that joy is irresponsible, that peace is only for people with easy lives. But the Psalm speaks. You put gladness, meaning gladness is not something I squeeze out of my circumstances. It is something you place inside me, not because everything around me is perfect, but because you are present. Thou hast put gladness in my heart. Lord, my heart has been under pressure that tightens, pressure that hardens, pressure that makes me forget how to smile, how to breathe freely, how to be soft. So put gladness again. Not loud laughter, not forced positivity, a quiet gladness, a gentle warmth, a small brightness. More than, Lord, the psalm compares, more than the season of increase. Meaning, my gladness is not dependent on external increase, not dependent on money increasing, not dependent on praise increasing, not dependent on success increasing, because gladness from God can exist even when life feels heavy. And that is a holy miracle. Psalm 16 speaks into the night as well. I have set the Lord always before me. Because he is at my right hand, I shall not be moved. Psalm 16:8. Lord, stress moves me. It moves me into hurry, into tension, into arguments in my head, into imagining disasters. But the psalm says, I set the Lord before me. So tonight, I set you before me, not my problems, not my to-do list, not the opinions of others. You, because he is at my right hand, Lord, right hand, near, not far away. And because you are near, I shall not be moved, not moved into panic, not moved into despair, not moved into self-hatred. Psalm 16 continues, Thou wilt show me the path of life. In thy presence is fullness of joy. At thy right hand there are pleasures forevermore. Psalm 16:11. Lord, fullness of joy. Stress tells me joy is scarce, joy is fragile, joy is for later. But the psalm says, in your presence is fullness, not scarcity. So I come into your presence, not to demand excitement, but to receive fullness. And in that fullness, my stress can loosen. Psalm 30, speaks of turning. Thou hast turned for me my mourning into dancing. Psalm 30:11. Lord, turned. Stress makes my inside feel like mourning. Mourning for lost peace. Mourning for lost energy. Mourning for the version of me that felt lighter. But you turn. And even if my body is lying still, even if my eyes are closed, you can still turn my inner world from mourning toward peace. Psalm 23 returns again, because it keeps my heart from wandering. He restoreth my soul. Restore. Lord, restore joy, not a fake smile, but a real softening. Restore hope. Restore quiet confidence. Restore the part of me that believes you are good. Psalm 34 invites taste. O taste and see that the Lord is good. Psalm 34:8. Lord, taste. Stress makes life taste like metal, like bitterness, like dryness. So I ask you, let my soul taste your goodness, not as an abstract idea, but as a real comfort. Taste in the quiet. Taste in the safety of being held. Taste in the slowing of my thoughts. Psalm 103 speaks like a gentle reminder. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget not all his benefits. Psalm 103:2. Lord, stress makes me forget benefits. It makes me remember what's wrong, remember what's missing, remember what might go bad. But the Psalm says, forget not. So I remember, who forgiveth all thine iniquities. Psalm 103:3. Who healeth all thy diseases. Psalm 103:3. Who redeemeth thy life from destruction. Psalm 103:4. Who crowneth thee with loving kindness and tender mercies. Psalm 103:4. Tender mercies. Lord, I need tenderness. Stress is rough. It scrapes. It grinds. So crown me with tender mercies. Not tomorrow, tonight. Psalm 145 speaks of gentleness. The Lord is gracious and full of compassion, slow to anger and of great mercy. Psalm 145:8. Lord, stress makes me quick to anger, quick to frustration, quick to impatience. So let your nature shape mine, gracious, compassionate, slow, merciful. And as you are slow to anger, let my nervous system become slow to alarm. Psalm 62 steadies me again. My soul, wait thou only upon God. Psalm 62:5. Only. Lord, only upon God. Because when I wait upon outcomes, I become anxious. When I wait upon people's approval, I become restless. When I wait upon my own perfection, I become exhausted. But when I wait upon God, I become quiet, for my expectation is from Him. Psalm 62:5. Expectation. Lord, my expectation is from you, not from my constant effort, not from my overthinking, from you. Psalm 40 speaks about the new song. He hath put a new song in my mouth, even praise unto our God. Psalm 43, new song. Lord, stress has been singing the same song in my head, a song of pressure, a song of worry, a song of not enough. So put a new song, not necessarily in words, but in my inner tone, a tone of trust, a tone of calm, a tone of safety. Psalm 23 says, "My cup runneth over. Lord, overflow." Let the overflow be gentle tonight. Overflow of mercy, overflow of comfort, overflow of quiet joy. Psalm 4 returns to the sleep promise. I will both lay me down in peace and sleep. Psalm 4:8. Lord, peace and sleep. Not peace without sleep. Not sleep without peace. Both. And the reason is still the same. For thou, Lord, only makest me dwell in safety. Only you. Not my planning. Not my rehearsing. Not my late night fixing. Only you. And because you put gladness in my heart, I don't have to squeeze it out of tomorrow. I can receive it now. A small gladness, a quiet warmth. And if gladness feels too far, then let your peace be gladness enough. Let safety be joy enough. Let still waters be pleasure enough. In thy presence is fullness of joy. Lord, I rest in your presence, and I let fullness replace emptiness. I let mercy replace pressure. I let shepherding replace striving, until my thoughts become softer, until my body becomes heavier, until sleep comes like a gift and not like a fight. Search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me and know my thoughts. Psalm 139:23. Lord, Part 9 begins with thoughts. Because stress lives in thoughts. It multiplies there. It hides there. It keeps returning there. So I pray what the psalm gives me. Search me, not to shame me, not to expose me for punishment, but to heal what is hidden and know my heart. Lord, my heart has been carrying tension, and sometimes I don't even know where it started. Know my heart. Know the roots of this stress. Know the grief underneath it. Know the fear underneath it. Know the exhaustion underneath it. Try me and know my thoughts. Lord, try me. Test what is inside, not to break me, but to refine me. Know my thoughts. The anxious ones, the bitter ones, the self-critical ones, the hurried ones. Know the thoughts I keep rehearsing, the ones that play like a loop at night. Psalm 139 continues, and see if there be any wicked way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting. Psalm 139:24. Lord, stress sometimes pushes me into ways I don't want. It makes me sharp. It makes me impatient. It makes me controlling. It makes me distrustful. So see it and lead me, because I need leading. I do not want my stress to lead me. I want the shepherd to lead. Psalm 23 returns. He leadeth me. Lord, lead me out of anxious patterns. Lead me out of obsessive replaying. Lead me out of the need to control. Lead me into the way everlasting, the way that is not ruled by pressure. Psalm 25 asks for guidance. Show me thy ways, O Lord. Teach me thy paths. Psalm 25:4. Lord, teach me. Stress teaches me a path too. It teaches me to rush, to worry, to protect myself, to assume the worst, to be harsh, to clench. But I ask you, teach me your paths. Lead me in thy truth, and teach me. Psalm 25:5. Truth. Lord, stress is not truth. It is a feeling. It is a signal. It is not the final word. So lead me in truth. Truth that you are present. Truth that you are faithful. Truth that you sustain. Truth that you keep. For thou art the God of my salvation. On thee do I wait all the day. Psalm 25:5. Wait. Lord, I wait on you, not on quick fixes, not on instant certainty. I wait, and waiting is hard when I'm stressed, because stress wants immediate control. But the psalm teaches my soul to wait. Psalm 32 speaks about the heavy silence. When I kept silence, my bones waxed old, through my roaring all the day long. Psalm 32:3. Lord, stress makes me keep silence. It makes me hide. It makes me pretend. It makes me swallow what I should bring to you, and it turns into heaviness in the body, bones waxing old, roaring inside. But the psalm also shows the turning point. I acknowledged my sin unto thee, and mine iniquity have I not hid. Psalm 32:5. Lord, I acknowledge not only sins, but sorrows, not only wrongs, but wounds. I do not hide my stress from you. I do not hide my fear. I do not hide my resentment. I do not hide my exhaustion. And then the psalm says, Thou forgavest the iniquity of my sin. Psalm 32:5. Lord, forgiveness. Stress often feels like guilt, like I'm behind because I'm failing, like I'm tired because I'm weak. But you forgive, you cleanse, you lift the weight. Psalm 32 continues with safety language. Thou art my hiding place. Thou shalt preserve me from trouble. Thou shalt compass me about with songs of deliverance. Psalm 32:7. Hiding place. Lord, I need a hiding place from my own mind, not hiding from responsibility, but hiding from torment. Be my hiding place. Preserve me from trouble, even trouble made of thoughts, even trouble made of pressure, even trouble made of dread. Compass me about. Lord, surround me. Surround my mind with deliverance. Surround my heart with calm. Surround my body with safety. Songs of deliverance. Because stress has been singing songs of fear, so answer it with songs of deliverance. Psalm 91 returns again. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Psalm 91 verse 1. Secret place. Lord, I come there. I dwell. Not rush in and out, not visit like a stranger. I dwell, because dwelling is how the soul calms, under the shadow. Lord, shadow me, cover me, cool my anxious heat. Psalm 91 continues, My God, in him will I trust. Psalm 91. 2. Trust. Lord, trust is not a feeling. It is a placement. I place my mind in you. I place my future in you. I place my name in you. I place my reputation in you. I place my work in you. I place my relationships in you. And I let you carry what I cannot. Psalm 34 offers another deliverance. I sought the Lord, and he heard me. and delivered me from all my fears. Psalm 34:4. All my fears. Lord, stress multiplies fears. Fear of not being enough. Fear of disappointing people. Fear of failure. Fear of loss. Fear of being misunderstood. Fear of money issues. Fear of the unknown. Deliver me, not only from external trouble, but from internal captivity. Psalm 46 returns to the still center. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Psalm 46:1. Very present. Lord, be very present in my chest, in my shoulders, in my mind. Psalm 4 returns to the sleep vow. I will both lay me down in peace and sleep. Psalm 4:8. Lord, peace and sleep. I do not ask for a dramatic miracle. I ask for a quiet one, a mind that stops running, a heart that stops bracing, a body that lets go. And as I close this part, I return to Psalm 139. Search me, know my heart, know my thoughts, and lead me in the way everlasting. Lead me away from stress that rules. Lead me into rest that heals. And if sleep comes now, let it be held inside your hiding place, compassed about with songs of deliverance. Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me. Psalm 51:10. Lord, part 10 begins with renewal, because stress can make my spirit feel crooked, bent, pulled out of alignment. It can make me reactive, sharp, tired, hopeless. So I pray Psalm 51. Create, not repair only, not adjust slightly. Create, because sometimes I need more than a small fix. I need a newness I cannot produce, a clean heart. Lord, stress dirties the heart, not with obvious evil, but with residue. Residue of resentment, residue of fear, residue of pressure, residue of comparison, residue of self-condemnation. Clean my heart. Wash out what stress has stirred up. Wash out what stress has left behind. And renew a right spirit within me. Renew. Lord, renew my spirit. Right spirit. A spirit that is steady, a spirit that trusts, a spirit that is not ruled by panic. Psalm 51 continues, Cast me not away from thy presence, and take not thy Holy Spirit from me. Psalm 51:11. Lord, stress makes me feel far, like you are distant, like I'm disconnected, like I'm alone in my head. But the psalm teaches me to ask, do not cast me away. Keep me close, and do not take your spirit. Because without your spirit, my mind becomes a storm. Restore unto me the joy of thy salvation, and uphold me with thy free spirit. Psalm 51:12. Restore. Lord, restore joy. Not the loud kind, the steady kind. The joy of salvation, meaning the joy that I am kept, the joy that I am forgiven, the joy that I am loved, the joy that my life is held by God. And uphold me. Lord, uphold. Because stress makes me feel like I'm about to collapse. So uphold my mind, uphold my body, uphold my soul. Psalm 55 returns again, because upholding is sustaining. Cast thy burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. Psalm 55:22. Lord, I cast the burden of needing to be strong. I cast the burden of needing to be perfect, to deserve rest. I cast the burden of constant performance, and I let you sustain me. Psalm 73 speaks to the exhausted body. My flesh and my heart faileth, but God is the strength of my heart, and my portion forever. Psalm 73:26. Lord, my flesh and my heart. Stress attacks both. It weakens the body, and it drains the heart. So I take this verse like medicine. God is the strength of my heart, not my discipline, not my caffeine, not my adrenaline. God, and my portion forever. Lord, portion. Stress makes me feel like I need more time, more money, more answers, more certainty. But you are my portion, meaning you are enough, even when the world feels demanding. Psalm 62 returns with a quiet command. My soul, wait thou only upon God. Psalm 62:5. Only, Lord, not waiting on outcomes, not waiting on approval, not waiting on perfect control, only upon God, for my expectation is from Him. Lord, my expectation, my hope, my help, my next strength, from Him. Psalm 57 calls for mercy again. Be merciful unto me, O God, for my soul trusteth in thee. Psalm 57:1. Lord, mercy. Stress makes me hard, so soften me with mercy. And as I soften, I rest under wings. In the shadow of thy wings will I make my refuge. Lord, refuge. Not my phone, not my distractions, not my late night thinking. Refuge. Psalm 18 speaks strength into the tired. The Lord is my rock and my fortress and my deliverer. Psalm 18:2. Rock, fortress, deliverer. Lord, stress makes me feel unprotected, so I repeat the names. Rock, fortress, deliverer, and I let those names become walls around my mind. Psalm 23 continues to lead. He leadeth me beside the still waters. Lord, still waters. My inner waters have been stirred. So lead me to stillness. He restoreth my soul. Restore, Lord, restore what stress has taken. Restore patience, restore tenderness, restore faith. Psalm 34 speaks the nearness of God. The Lord is nigh unto them that are of a broken heart, and saveth such as be of a contrite spirit. Psalm 34:18. Nigh, Lord, near. Stress can break the heart in quiet ways, so be near. Save, not only from external trouble, but from inner collapse. Psalm 121 keeps watch again. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. Psalm 121:3. Lord, steady my footing, so I do not slip into panic. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Lord, you keep, so I can release my guarding. Psalm 4 seals the night again. I will both lay me down in peace and sleep. Psalm 4:8. Lord, peace and sleep. I ask for renewal, not just of mood, but of spirit, a clean heart, a right spirit, And the psalm has already taught me how, by returning to your presence, by casting burdens, by receiving mercy, by waiting only upon God. And as I lie here, I let the night become a place of renewal, not because I did everything right today, but because you are merciful, and because you uphold, and because you sustain, until sleep comes, and my soul is restored. Thou art my hiding place. Thou shalt preserve me from trouble. Thou shalt compass me about with songs of deliverance. Psalm 32:7. Lord, Part 11 begins with a hiding place, because stress makes me feel exposed to expectations, exposed to people's opinions, exposed to consequences, exposed to my own thoughts, and I need a place to hide, not from you, but in you. Thou art my hiding place. Lord, be that place, a place where my mind stops performing, a place where my heart stops bracing, a place where my soul stops running. Thou shalt preserve me from trouble. Preserve. Lord, preserve me from trouble outside and trouble inside. Preserve me from the trouble of replaying, the trouble of overthinking, the trouble of forecasting disasters. Preserve me from the trouble of self-condemnation and the trouble of restless striving. Thou shalt compass me about, surround. Lord, stress surrounds me with fear. It puts pressure on every side. It makes everything feel urgent. It makes my thoughts crowd in. So I ask you, surround me instead with songs of deliverance, not songs of panic, not songs of doom, songs of deliverance. Lord, let the soundtrack of my mind change. Psalm 46 reminds me that you are present. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Psalm 46 verse 1, very present. Lord, be very present in the hiding place. So even if trouble is near, you are nearer. Psalm 27 speaks a bold sentence into fear. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? Psalm 27:1. Light. Lord, shine gently, not to expose me for shame, but to guide me out of anxious fog. The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? Strength. Lord, be strength in my weakness. Stress makes my life feel fragile, like one wrong thing will break it. But you are strength. Psalm 31 offers another kind of shelter. Be thou my strong rock, for an house of defense to save me. Psalm 31:2. House of defense. Lord, let your protection feel like walls, not walls that isolate me from love, but walls that protect me from fear. For thou art my rock and my fortress. Psalm 31:3. Rock, fortress. Lord, stress makes everything feel unstable. So be rock and be fortress. Psalm 57 returns under wings again. In the shadow of thy wings will I make my refuge. Psalm 57:1. Lord, I make my refuge, not in distraction, not in control, not in late night thinking, in you. And because you are refuge, I can stop defending myself against tomorrow. Psalm 121 keeps watch. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Psalm 121:7. Preserve my soul. Lord, stress wears down the soul like friction, so preserve, keep, guard. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in. Psalm 121:8. Lord, even my coming into sleep, preserve it. Make my sleep protected, not invaded by panic, not stolen by rumination. Psalm 63 speaks about remembering God on the bed. When I remember thee upon my bed, and meditate on thee in the night watches. Psalm 63:6. Lord, this is exactly where I am, on my bed, and I remember you, not as a distant story, but as a present God, and I meditate, not on my stress, but on you, because thou hast been my help. Therefore, in the shadow of thy wings will I rejoice. Psalm 63:7. Help. Lord, you have been my help, even in ways I forgot to count. Therefore, I rejoice, not loud, not forced, a quiet rejoicing, the kind that says, I am not alone. My soul followeth hard after thee. Thy right hand upholdeth me. Psalm 63:8. Uphold. Lord, stress makes me feel like I'm slipping, but your right hand upholds, so I let myself be held. Psalm 94 returns to comforts again. Thy comforts delight my soul. Psalm 94:19. Delight. Lord, let your comforts delight me. Let them be stronger than the inner noise. Psalm 23 returns as the shepherd's steady pace. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. Psalm 23:2. Lord, make me lie down, not with pressure, but with peace. He leadeth me beside the still waters. Lead, Lord, lead my mind away from turbulence. Still waters, inside. He restoreth my soul. Restore, Lord, restore the parts, stress scattered. Restore my focus. Restore my gentleness. Restore my trust. Psalm 4 seals again. I will both lay me down in peace and sleep. For thou, Lord, only makest me dwell in safety. Psalm 4:8. Only, Lord, only you. So I stop trying to manufacture safety. I stop trying to argue myself into calm. I stop trying to predict every outcome, and I enter the hiding place. Not because the world is perfect, but because God is present. And in that hiding place, I let the songs of deliverance surround me until the enemy songs fade, until the inner noise quiets, until the body softens, until sleep comes gently. And if I wake, I return. Thou art my hiding place. Preserve me. Compass me about with songs of deliverance. Behold, God is mine helper. The Lord is with them that uphold my soul. Psalm 54:4. Because stress can make me forget help exists. It can make me feel like everything depends on me. Like if I stop, everything breaks. But the Psalm says, God is mine helper. Mine. Personal. Near. Not theoretical. Helper. Not a critic. Not a taskmaster. Not a distant observer. Helper. and the Lord is with them that uphold my soul. Uphold. Lord, I need upholding, because stress tries to press my soul down, like weight on the chest. So uphold my soul with your presence, with your word, with your gentleness. Psalm 46 returns again, because help is refuge. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Psalm 46, verse 1. Very present help. Lord, be very present. Present enough to feel. Present in the quiet. Present in the tiredness. Present in the thoughts that keep coming back. Psalm 121 says, "You keep, the Lord shall preserve thee." Psalm 121:7. Lord, preserve me, because stress can feel like erosion, and I don't want my soul eroded. I want it upheld. Psalm 55 says, "You sustain. He shall sustain thee." Lord, sustain me. And if sustaining means you carry the part I can't carry, then carry it now. Carry my responsibilities. Carry my fear. Carry my sense of being behind. Carry my nervous system that has been on alert. Psalm 18 gives me words for strength. I will love thee, O Lord, my strength. Psalm 18:1. Lord, my strength. Not my own strength, not the strength I fake, not the strength I force. You, the Lord, is my rock and my fortress and my deliverer. Psalm 18:2. Rock, fortress, deliverer. Lord, stress has tried to make me feel unsafe, so I speak these names slowly. Rock, because I need stability. Fortress, because I need protection. Deliverer, because I need rescue. Sometimes rescue from circumstances, sometimes rescue from my own thoughts. Psalm 34 says, "This poor man cried, and the Lord heard him, and saved him out of all his troubles." Psalm 34:6. Lord, I am the poor one tonight, poor in calm, poor in energy, poor in capacity, and I cry, even if quietly. And the psalm says, you hear, you save, not always instantly, but truly, faithfully. The angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him. Psalm 34:7. Encampeth. Lord, camp around me, around this bed, around this room, around my mind, like a circle of protection. Psalm 3 returns with the sustaining pattern. I laid me down and slept. I awaked, for the Lord sustained me. Psalm 3:5. Lord, sustain me through the night. Stress tries to steal sleep, but you sustain. Sustain my body as it rests. Sustain my mind as it quiets. Sustain my heart as it softens. Psalm 56 gives me a simple switch. What time I am afraid, I will trust in thee. Psalm 56:3. Lord, when fear rises, I trust. Not because fear is reasonable, not because fear is helpful, but because God is faithful. In God have I put my trust. I will not be afraid. Psalm 56:4. Lord, I put my trust. I place it, like a burden set down, like a weight released. Psalm 62 says, He only is my rock and my salvation. Psalm 62:2. Only, Lord, not God plus my panic, not God plus my over-planning, only God. And because you are rock, I shall not be greatly moved. Lord, stress tries to move me into agitation, but I will not be greatly moved because you hold me. Psalm 94 returns. When I said, my foot slippeth, thy mercy, O Lord, held me up. Psalm 94:18. Lord, held me up. This is what I need. Mercy that holds me up. And the next verse. In the multitude of my thoughts within me, thy comforts delight my soul. Psalm 94:19 comforts. Lord, give me comforts tonight. Comforts that interrupt the spiral. Comforts that soften the inner tension. Comforts that remind me I am safe. Psalm 23 leads again. He leadeth me beside the still waters. Lord, lead my inner waters into stillness. Stress has stirred them, but the shepherd calms. Psalm 40 speaks of waiting. I waited patiently for the Lord, and he inclined unto me, and heard my cry. Psalm 41. Lord, incline, lean toward me. Stress makes me feel like I'm shouting into emptiness, but the psalm says, you incline, you hear. He brought me up also out of an horrible pit, out of the miry clay. Psalm 42. Lord, stress can feel like a pit, sticky, miry, hard to move in. So bring me up. And if tonight is not the full climb, let tonight be the beginning. Let sleep be part of the rescue. Psalm 4 seals again. I will both lay me down in peace and sleep. For thou, Lord, only makest me dwell in safety. Psalm 4:8. Lord, only you make me dwell in safety. So I accept help. I accept refuge. I accept sustaining. I accept mercy holding me up. I accept angels encamping. I accept the shepherd leading. And I stop pretending I can be my own helper. Because the psalm has already told me the truth. Behold, God is mine helper. And in that truth, my soul is upheld. And in that upholding, sleep can come. I waited patiently for the Lord, and he inclined unto me, and heard my cry. Psalm 41. Lord, part 13 begins with waiting, because stress hates waiting. Stress calls waiting wasted time. Waiting feels like losing control. Waiting feels like vulnerability. But the psalm teaches me a different truth. Waiting is not emptiness. Waiting is direction. I waited patiently. Lord, I want patience, not the kind that is numb, but the kind that is anchored in the character of God. For the Lord, not waiting on people's approval, not waiting on perfect outcomes, not waiting on my own strength, waiting for the Lord. And the psalm gives me this gentle image. He inclined unto me. Lord, you incline. You lean toward me. Stress makes me feel like I'm reaching into cold air. But the psalm says, you lean close. You hear and heard my cry. Lord, hear me. Even if my cry is quiet, even if it is wordless, even if it is just the heaviness I carry. Psalm 40 continues. He brought me up also out of an horrible pit, out of the miry clay, and set my feet upon a rock, and established my goings. Psalm 42. Lord, stress can feel like a pit, like sinking, like stuckness, like the ground is unstable. Miry clay, thoughts that pull down, fears that cling, pressure that makes moving feel hard. But you bring me up. Not me climbing by panic, not me fighting my way out with exhaustion. You bring me up, and you set my feet upon a rock. Lord, rock. I need rock beneath me, because stress makes my inner world feel slippery, like one more thing will tip me. So set my feet on rock and establish my goings. Lord, establish my steps, so tomorrow is not ruled by anxiety, so my life is not ruled by fear. Psalm 40 says, "And he hath put a new song in my mouth." Psalm 43, new song. Lord, stress has been singing an old song, a song of pressure, a song of hurry, a song of not enough. So put a new song, a song of trust, a song of calm, a song of quiet confidence. Psalm 62 supports the waiting posture. Truly, my soul waiteth upon God. Psalm 62:1. Lord, my soul waits, not my body only, not my schedule only, my soul, because the deepest part of me needs to stop running. From him cometh my salvation. Lord, my help comes from you, not from my overthinking, not from my hyper-control. Psalm 37 adds, "Rest in the Lord, and wait patiently for him." Psalm 37:7. Rest. Wait. Lord, stress tells me rest is dangerous. It says, if you rest, you'll fall behind. If you rest, you'll lose. If you rest, you'll disappoint. But the psalm calls me to rest. Rest is not surrender to failure. Rest is surrender to God. Psalm 55 returns to the burden again. Cast thy burden upon the Lord. Psalm 55:22. Lord, while I wait, I cast, because waiting is easier when the burden is not on my back. I cast the pressure of tomorrow. I cast the pressure to be perfect. I cast the pressure to keep everyone happy. And you sustain. Psalm 94 speaks to the anxious slip. When I said, my foot slippeth, thy mercy, O Lord, held me up. Psalm 94:18. Lord, there are nights my foot slips into fear, slips into catastrophizing, slips into self-accusation. But your mercy holds me up, holds, not scolds, not shames, holds. And then, in the multitude of my thoughts within me, thy comforts delight my soul. Psalm 94:19. Lord, comforts, delight my soul, not entertain, not distract, delight, a deep reassurance, a gentle sweetness, a quiet settling. Psalm 23 leads the waiting heart. He leadeth me beside the still waters. Lord, still waters. Waiting is where still waters happen. When I stop forcing, when I stop pushing, when I stop chasing certainty, then my inner water can become still. He restoreth my soul. Lord, restore me while I wait. Restore patience. Restore softness. Restore trust. Psalm 27 gives courage in waiting. Wait on the Lord. Be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thine heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord. Psalm 27:14. Lord, strengthen my heart. Stress weakens my heart. It makes it tired. It makes it fearful. So strengthen. And I notice the psalm repeats, wait, I say, wait. Because waiting is hard. So scripture repeats it. Lord, teach me repetition. When my mind wants to sprint, I return to wait. When fear wants to accelerate, I return to wait. When pressure says hurry, I return to wait. Psalm 121 supports the waiting with watchfulness. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Psalm 121:3. Lord, I can wait because you keep watch. I can rest because you do not slumber. I can release control because God is God. Psalm 4 seals the night again. I will both lay me down in peace and sleep. Psalm 4:8. Lord, peace and sleep. Waiting is part of that, because sleep is a kind of waiting. Waiting for morning, waiting for restoration, waiting for renewed strength. And while I wait, you incline. You hear. You lift me from pits. You set feet on rock. You establish steps. So my waiting is not wasted. It is held. And as I wait, my thoughts become fewer. My body becomes heavier. My heart becomes quieter until sleep comes and the waiting becomes rest. The Lord is good unto them that wait for him, to the soul that seeketh him. Wait on the Lord. Be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thine heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord. Psalm 27:14. Lord. Part 14 begins with waiting again, because stress is often impatience dressed as responsibility. It says, if you stop, you'll lose. If you pause, you'll fail. If you rest, you'll fall behind. But the psalm teaches my heart a different rhythm. Wait, and not only wait, be of good courage. Lord, stress makes courage feel impossible. It makes me feel fragile, like one more thing will break me. So strengthen my heart, because the psalm says, you will, and he shall strengthen thine heart. Lord, do it. Strengthen the part of me that has been tired of trying. Strengthen the part of me that has been afraid of tomorrow. Strengthen the part of me that has been carrying too much. And then the psalm repeats, wait, repeat, because my mind forgets quickly and stress is persistent, so scripture is persistent too. Psalm 86 gives me a prayer for the inner life. Teach me thy way, O Lord. I will walk in thy truth. Unite my heart to fear thy name. Psalm 86:11. Unite my heart. Lord, stress divides my heart. Part of me trusts you. Part of me trusts my control. Part of me wants peace. Part of me clings to panic. Part of me wants to rest. Part of me feels guilty for resting. So unite my heart. Make me one inside, one direction, one devotion, one steady center. Psalm 26 speaks about walking. I have trusted also in the Lord. Therefore I shall not slide. Psalm 26, verse 1. Lord, stress makes me slide into fear, slide into irritability, slide into numbness. But the psalm says, I shall not slide, not because I'm flawless, but because trust steadies. Psalm 94 returns to the slipping foot again. When I said, my foot slippeth, thy mercy, O Lord, held me up. Psalm 94:18. Lord, hold me up. When I slip into overthinking, hold me up. When I slip into catastrophizing, hold me up. When I slip into self-accusation, hold me up. Mercy holds me up. Not pressure, not perfection. Mercy. Psalm 94 continues. Thy comforts delight my soul. Psalm 94:19. Lord, comfort me, because stress has been a harsh teacher, but you are a gentle Father. Psalm 23 returns. He leadeth me beside the still waters. Lord, still waters. I notice, still waters don't happen when I rush. They happen when I am led. So lead me, and as you lead, let my mind stop fighting the pace. He restoreth my soul. Restore, Lord, restore my soul from division. Restore my soul from hurry. Restore my soul from pressure. Psalm 62 speaks to the restless inside. My soul, wait thou only upon God. Psalm 62:5, only. Lord, stress makes me wait on many things. Wait on a message. Wait on approval. Wait on perfect timing. Wait on money. Wait on outcomes. But the psalm says, only upon God, because only God is stable. For my expectation is from Him, Lord, my expectation, my help, my strength, my next breath of peace, from you. Psalm 91 covers again. He shall cover thee with his feathers. Psalm 91:4. Lord, cover me. Cover the part of me that keeps scanning. Cover the part of me that keeps bracing. Cover the part of me that keeps anticipating pain. And under wings, I don't have to be my own protector. Psalm 121 keeps watch. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Psalm 121:3. Lord, you keep, so I can stop policing my thoughts. You keep, so I can let my mind quiet. You keep, so I can let my body soften. Psalm 32 returns to the hiding place again. Thou art my hiding place. Psalm 32:7. Lord, my hiding place. Stress has tried to make my own mind feel like a trap. Psalm 34 speaks again. I sought the Lord, and he heard me. Psalm 34:4. Heard. Lord, when I seek you in the night, you hear. Even if I can't explain my stress, even if I only know I feel heavy, you hear. Psalm 4 seals again. I will both lay me down in peace and sleep. Psalm 4:8. Lord, peace and sleep. And tonight, I want unity of heart, not a mind running one direction and a body forced another. Unite my heart, so that when I wait, I truly wait. When I rest, I truly rest. When I trust, I truly trust. And if my thoughts rise again, I will return to the repeated command, wait on the Lord. And as I repeat it, my nervous system learns it. Wait. Good courage. strengthened heart. Wait until the waiting becomes still waters, and the still waters become sleep. My heart is fixed, O God. My heart is fixed. I will sing and give praise. Psalm 57:7. Lord, part 15 begins with a fixed heart, because stress makes the heart unstable. It makes me swing from hope to fear, from calm to panic, from trust to control. But the psalm speaks a steadier sentence. My heart is fixed. Fixed. Not frozen. Not numb. Fixed. Anchored. Set. And it repeats. My heart is fixed. Because sometimes the heart needs to hear the truth twice. Lord, fix my heart. Not on pressure. Not on people's opinions. Not on outcomes. On you. Psalm 112 echoes this fixedness. His heart is fixed, trusting in the Lord. Psalm 112:7. Lord, fixed, trusting. Stress makes my heart trust in vigilance, trust in worry, trust in over-preparing. But the psalm says, trust in the Lord. And then it says something my stress hates. He shall not be afraid of evil tidings. Lord, evil tidings, bad news, unexpected problems, things I cannot control. Stress tries to train me to fear evil tidings, to live braced, to live tense. But the psalm offers another training. Fixed heart, trusting heart. So even if evil tidings come, my heart does not have to collapse, because it is fixed on the one who sustains. Psalm 27 gives me courage again. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? Psalm 27 verse 1. Lord, fear is not my ruler. Light is. Salvation is. You are. Psalm 46 steadies the ground. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Psalm 46:1. Very present. Lord, the presentness of God is what fixes my heart, not a perfect future, not a guaranteed outcome, the present God. Psalm 63 places my soul near you. My soul followeth hard after thee. Thy right hand upholdeth me. Psalm 63:8. Uphold. Lord, stress makes me feel like I'm about to slip, but your right hand upholds. And if you uphold, then my heart can be fixed. Because fixedness is not me gripping harder. It is me being held. Psalm 94 returns with the slipping foot. When I said, my foot slippeth, thy mercy, O Lord, held me up. Psalm 94:18. Mercy held me up. Lord, hold me up with mercy, not with pressure, not with punishment, not with fear. Mercy. And the next line, again. In the multitude of my thoughts within me, thy comforts delight my soul. Psalm 94:19. Lord, comfort my mind, because my thoughts are many. Thoughts about work, thoughts about money, thoughts about family, thoughts about the future, thoughts about mistakes. Many. And yet, your comforts can delight. Delight. Meaning, my soul can be sweetened again, even tonight. Psalm 4 brings gladness. Thou hast put gladness in my heart. Psalm 4:7. Lord, put gladness, because stress has tried to drain it. And then Psalm 4 promises sleep. I will both lay me down in peace, and sleep. Psalm 4:8. Lord, this is the direction. Peace and sleep, and the fixed heart leads there. Because when the heart is fixed, the mind stops racing for safety. The body stops bracing for impact. The soul settles. Psalm 23 returns with the shepherd's pace. He leadeth me beside the still waters. Psalm 23:2. Lord, lead me, still waters. Let my inner waters stop shaking. He restoreth my soul. Psalm 23:3. Restore. Lord, restore what stress tried to steal. Restore patience. Restore softness. Restore faith. Psalm 55 returns to the burden again. Cast thy burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. Psalm 55:22. Lord, I cast the burden of trying to predict everything, the burden of trying to prevent everything, the burden of trying to carry everyone. I cast the burden of always needing to be okay, and you sustain. Sustain. That word is the quiet opposite of stress. Stress says, you must hold yourself up. God says, I will sustain you. Psalm 31 offers surrender. Into thine hand I commit my spirit. Psalm 31:5. Lord, I commit my spirit. I place my inner life in your hand, and your hand is steady. Psalm 121 keeps watch again. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Psalm 121:3. Lord, you keep, so my heart can rest from guarding, my mind can rest from scanning, my body can rest from bracing. Psalm 57 returns to the fixed heart again. My heart is fixed, O God. My heart is fixed. Lord, fix it. Fix my heart when I feel the pull of anxiety. Fix my heart when I feel the pull of control. Fix my heart when I feel the pull of despair. And then the psalm says, I will sing and give praise. Lord, even if my mouth is quiet, let my soul sing. Let my inner voice praise, not loudly, but truly. Praise that God is refuge. Praise that God is keeper. Praise that God is shepherd. Praise that God sustains. And as that praise rises, stress loses its throne. Because a fixed heart cannot be ruled by fear. A fixed heart belongs to God. And as the heart becomes fixed, sleep becomes easier. Because the mind is no longer searching the dark for safety. It has found safety in you. So I lay down with a fixed heart, not fixed on outcomes, but fixed on the shepherd. And I let still waters come. I let comforts delight my soul. I let mercy hold me up until peace settles and sleep follows. Thy word have I hid in mine heart, that I might not sin against thee. Psalm 119:11. Lord, part 16 begins with hiding the word. Because stress hides too. It hides in the body, in the jaw, in the shoulders, in the stomach. It hides in habits, in late-night spirals, in constant checking, in constant planning. But tonight, I hide something else. Your word. Not to escape reality, but to be held inside truth. Thy word have I hid in mine heart. Lord, I place scripture where stress cannot easily steal it, in my heart, because what the heart holds, the mind returns to. And when my mind returns to the word, it stops feeding fear. Psalm 119 speaks again. Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed thereto according to thy word. Psalm 119:9. Cleanse. Lord, stress leaves residue. Residue of harshness, residue of impatience, residue of distrust, residue of self-reliance. So cleanse my way, not by my perfect discipline, but by your word. Psalm 119 continues, Thy word is a lamp unto my feet, and a light unto my path. Psalm 119:105. Lamp. Lord, stress makes me want the whole map. I want to see every outcome, every corner, every risk. But you give a lamp, enough light for one step. And tonight, the step is simple. Rest, sleep, trust. So let the lamp be enough. Psalm 119 gives comfort language too. This is my comfort in my affliction, for thy word hath quickened me. Psalm 119:50. Comfort. Lord, your word comforts, not by denying affliction, but by quickening, bringing life back, bringing strength back, bringing hope back. Stress can make me feel dulled, like my inner world is gray. So quicken me with your word. Psalm 19 speaks about the word's sweetness. The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. Psalm 19:7. Converting. Lord, turn my soul. Turn it away from stress patterns. Turn it away from fear loops. Turn it away from self-condemnation. Turn it toward you. The statutes of the Lord are right, rejoicing the heart. Psalm 19:8. Rejoicing. Lord, rejoice my heart again. Not with hype, with steadiness. The commandment of the Lord is pure, enlightening the eyes. Psalm 19:8. Enlighten my eyes, because stress makes me see everything through threat. So enlighten, purify my vision. Psalm 19 says, More to be desired are they than gold, yea, than much fine gold, sweeter also than honey and the honeycomb. Psalm 19:10. Sweeter. Lord, stress tastes bitter, so let your word be sweetness, a honey for the soul, not sugar that fades fast, but sweetness that strengthens. Psalm 23 returns as the word's picture. He leadeth me beside the still waters. Lord, your word leads. Your word is the shepherd's voice. So lead me by Scripture. Lead me away from inner turbulence. Lead me beside still waters. Psalm 1 draws the picture of meditation. Blessed is the man that walketh not. Psalm 1 verse 1. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. Psalm 1:2. Meditate. Lord, stress meditates too, but it meditates on threat. So teach me another meditation, day and night, a meditation that does not rush, does not panic, does not accuse, a meditation that delights. And when I delight in your word, my inner world changes, and he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water. Psalm 1:3. Lord, a tree planted Stress makes me feel uprooted, like I'm blown by every demand. But the word plants me by rivers, still waters again, rivers of water, and the tree brings forth fruit in season. Lord, stress makes me demand fruit out of season. It wants results now, healing now, answers now. But the psalm says, in season. So teach my heart seasons, teach my heart patience, teach my heart timing, and in the right season, fruit comes, even if tonight my only fruit is rest. Psalm 4 returns with the promise that sleep can be holy. I will both lay me down in peace and sleep. Psalm 4:8. Lord, peace and sleep, and the pathway into it is not more thinking. It is the word hidden in the heart. Psalm 56 gives the trust switch again. What time I am afraid, I will trust in thee. Psalm 56:3. Lord, when fear rises, I answer it with the word. I don't argue endlessly. I return to Scripture. Psalm 94 gives comfort again. In the multitude of my thoughts within me, thy comforts delight my soul. Psalm 94:19. Comforts. Lord, your word is comfort. Your word is delight. So I hide it in my heart, and when the night grows quieter and my thoughts try to fill the silence, let the word fill it instead. A lamp, a honey, a comfort, a shepherd's voice, until my mind begins to slow, not by force, but by feeding on Scripture. And if stress tries to return, I return to the hidden word. Thy word have I hid in mine heart, and I let my heart hold it until sleep holds me. Serve the Lord with fear and rejoice with trembling. Psalm 2:11. Lord, part 17 begins with trembling because stress often feels like trembling, not always visible, not always dramatic, but inside, a shaking, a nervous edge, a sense of being pressed. And the psalm does not pretend trembling isn't real. It puts it next to rejoicing. Rejoice with trembling. Lord, let this be true tonight. Not that my body must feel perfect, but that my soul can come to you, even while it trembles. Psalm 56 meets trembling directly. What time I am afraid, I will trust in thee. Psalm 56:3. Lord, when I am afraid, when my mind imagines worst outcomes, when my heart tightens, when my thoughts speed up, I will trust. I return again, because stress is repetitive, and so is faith. In God have I put my trust. I will not be afraid. Psalm 56:4. Lord, I put my trust. I place it. I set it down like a weight, and I leave it there, because fear wants to pick it back up, again and again. But I choose, again and again, trust. Psalm 3 gives me a night rhythm. I laid me down and slept. I awaked, for the Lord sustained me. Psalm 3:5. Lord, sustain me. Sustain the trembling part of me, the overstimulated part, the exhausted part. Sustain me in the deep places, so sleep does not feel like a fight, but a gift. Psalm 23 returns as my steady ground. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. Lord, stress makes me want certainty. Certainty about tomorrow. Certainty about outcomes. Certainty about how people will respond. But the shepherd gives me something deeper. Not certainty about everything, but care for everything I truly need. He maketh me to lie down. Lord, make me lie down. Make my thoughts lie down. Make my worries lie down. Make my inner arguments lie down. He leadeth me beside the still waters. Still waters, Lord, still the shaking in my inner world, not by scolding me, but by leading me. He restoreth my soul. Restore. Lord, stress scatters my soul into 1,000 fragments. Restore means gather. Gather my scattered attention. Gather my fragmented thoughts. Gather my emotions into one place. And let that place be your presence. Psalm 86 prays for that unity. Unite my heart to fear thy name. Psalm 86:11. Unite my heart. Lord, stress divides me. One part wants to trust. One part wants to control. One part wants to rest. One part feels guilty for resting. One part knows you are good. One part is afraid you will not come through. Unite my heart, so I am not pulled in opposite directions inside. Psalm 62 speaks again. My soul, wait thou only upon God. Psalm 62:5. Only, Lord, only upon God. Not waiting on the next notification. Not waiting on the next approval. Not waiting on perfect clarity. Only upon God. For my expectation is from Him. Lord, my expectation, my help, my strength, my peace, from you. He only is my rock and my salvation. Psalm 62:6. Rock. Lord, be rock under trembling feet, because stress makes me feel unstable, like I'm about to slip. But then Psalm 94 answers slipping. When I said, my foot slippeth, thy mercy, O Lord, held me up. Psalm 94:18. Held me up. Lord, hold me up. Not with pressure, not with threats, not with shame, with mercy. And the next line, in the multitude of my thoughts within me, thy comforts delight my soul. Psalm 94:19. Lord, my thoughts are many. Thoughts that argue, thoughts that accuse, thoughts that rehearse, thoughts that predict, and yet, your comforts can delight. Delight my soul. With Psalm 4 speaks directly to the night. I will both lay me down in peace and sleep. For thou, Lord, only makest me dwell in safety. Psalm 4:8. Lord, only you. Stress keeps trying to make me believe safety is something I manufacture. Safety by being perfect. Safety by controlling outcomes. Safety by staying alert. But the psalm says, only. You make me dwell in safety. So I stop trying to build safety out of worry. I stop trying to earn safety with exhaustion. I receive it. Psalm 121 is the reason I can receive it. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Psalm 121:3. Lord, you do not slumber, so I do not have to keep watch. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Psalm 121:4. Neither slumber nor sleep. Lord, Stress says, stay awake. But Scripture says, the keeper stays awake, so I can close my eyes. The Lord is thy keeper. Psalm 121:5. Keeper, keep my mind when it trembles. Keep my heart when it races. Keep my body when it holds tension. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Psalm 121:7. Preserve my soul. Lord, preserve means protect what is precious, and my soul is precious to you. So preserve me from the inner storm. Preserve me from panic. Preserve me from despair. Psalm 32 becomes my shelter again. Thou art my hiding place. Psalm 32:7. Lord, be my hiding place. A hiding place from the loudness of my own mind. Thou shalt compass me about with songs of deliverance. Songs. Lord, let my mind hear songs of deliverance. Not songs of doom, not songs of failure, songs of deliverance. Deliverance from fear, deliverance from obsessive thought loops, deliverance from the need to control. Psalm 40 reminds me, you hear, I waited patiently for the Lord, and he inclined unto me, and heard my cry. Psalm 41, Lord, incline toward me when I feel alone. Incline when I feel overwhelmed. Incline when I feel like my prayer is too small. Incline and hear, because stress tries to tell me God is too busy for this. But the Psalm says, you heard. Psalm 34 says it again. I sought the Lord, and he heard me. Psalm 34:4. Lord, hear me, and deliver me from all my fears. Not some, all, even the fears I cannot explain, even the fears that feel irrational, even the fears that show up only at night. This poor man cried, and the Lord heard him. Psalm 34:6. Lord, I come as the poor one, poor in calm, poor in strength, poor in ability to fix everything, and you hear. The angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him. Psalm 34:7. Encamp. Lord, camp around me, like a circle of protection, not because I earned it, but because you are kind. Psalm 55 returns again with the simplest instruction for a stressed soul. Cast thy burden upon the Lord. Psalm 55:22. Lord, I cast the burden of trembling, the burden of being overstimulated, the burden of having carried too much. I cast the burden of tomorrow, and I let you sustain me. And if my mind tries to take the burden back, I cast it again and again, until the repeated casting becomes a habit, and the habit becomes peace. Psalm 57 returns to the fixed heart. My heart is fixed, O God. My heart is fixed. Psalm 57:7. Lord, fix my heart, not in numbness, but in trust. And if my body trembles, let my heart still be fixed. Fixed on the shepherd, fixed on the keeper, fixed on the hiding place. Psalm 46 becomes the final anchor of this part. Be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46:10. Lord, I be still, not because I solved everything, but because God is God. And as I grow still, the trembling can ease. not all at once, but little by little, and little by little is enough, because the keeper does not slumber, and the shepherd does not abandon, and the hiding place does not close. So I rest under songs of deliverance, beside still waters, held up by mercy, until sleep comes. The Lord bless thee and keep thee. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Psalm 121:7. Lord, this final part, I rest under Psalm 121. Preserve. Because stress does not only tire the body, it tries to wear down the soul. It tries to thin my patience, thin my joy, thin my hope, thin my trust. So I ask for preservation. Preserve my soul. Preserve what is tender in me. Preserve what is good in me. Preserve what is healing in me. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. Lord, preserve me from evil, even when evil is subtle. Evil that sounds like shame. Evil that sounds like accusation. Evil that sounds like hopelessness. Evil that whispers, "You're not enough. You'll never catch up. You'll fail." Preserve me from that voice, because it is not your voice. And if I have believed that voice for hours, for days, for years, then tonight, let your word be louder. He shall preserve thy soul. Lord, my soul belongs to you. Stress treats my soul like a machine, like it can run forever, like it can absorb endless pressure. But you treat my soul like something precious. So preserve. Psalm 23 returns one more time, like the shepherd stepping close. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Lord, I hold that sentence gently, not as a demand I must feel, but as a truth I can lean on. You are my shepherd, meaning I am guided, I am cared for, I am not alone. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. Lord, make me lie down, not just physically, but inwardly. Make my mind lie down. Make my fears lie down. Make my arguments lie down. He leadeth me beside the still waters. Lord, lead me, because I don't always know how to lead myself into peace. I know how to push, how to plan, how to brace, but you lead beside still waters, and still waters are what my soul needs. He restoreth my soul. Restore, Lord. Let restoration happen in the quiet. Restoration I can't see, but I can feel, like a loosening, like a softening, like a warmth returning, like the soul remembering its home. Psalm 4 seals the night promise again. I will both lay me down in peace and sleep. For thou, Lord, only makest me dwell in safety. Psalm 4:8. Lord, only you make me dwell in safety. Stress has tried to convince me that safety depends on my vigilance, that safety depends on me thinking more, planning more, fixing more. But your psalm says, only you. So I release the false job of being my own keeper. I release the job of being my own savior. and I let God be God. Psalm 3 speaks the simple night story one last time. I laid me down and slept. I awaked, for the Lord sustained me. Psalm 3:5. Lord, sustain me. Sustain me through the deep hours. Sustain me through the quiet minutes. Sustain me through the places where my mind used to race. And if tomorrow comes with tasks, with responsibilities, with stress trying to return, sustain me there too. But tonight, let this be enough. I laid me down and slept because you sustained. Psalm 94 answers the crowded mind again. In the multitude of my thoughts within me, thy comforts delight my soul. Psalm 94:19. Lord, multitude. I don't pretend my mind is always quiet, but I believe your comforts are real. Comforts that steady the heart, comforts that calm the imagination, comforts that soften the body. Delight my soul, not with noise, with safety, not with rush, with rest. Psalm 55 gives the nightly instruction. Cast thy burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. Psalm 55:22. Lord, I cast the burden of trying to be perfect. I cast the burden of trying to control outcomes. I cast the burden of carrying what belongs to you. I cast the fear I didn't even name. I cast the pressure I kept swallowing, and I let you sustain me. And if my mind tries to pick the burden back up, I don't argue. I cast again and again until the habit becomes peace. Psalm 32 becomes my shelter. Thou art my hiding place. Thou shalt preserve me from trouble. Thou shalt compass me about with songs of deliverance. Psalm 32:7. Lord, be my hiding place. A hiding place from mental noise. A hiding place from pressure. A hiding place from the inner critic. And surround me, compass me about with songs of deliverance. Songs that say, God is here. God keeps. God leads. God restores. Psalm 27 gives courage to the tired heart. Wait on the Lord. Be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thine heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord. Psalm 27:14. Lord, strengthen my heart. Stress has weakened it, wearied it, tugged it toward fear. But you strengthen, and the way is simple. Wait, not as passivity, but as trust. Wait, because the keeper does not sleep. Psalm 121 says it plainly. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Psalm 121:3. Lord, you keep, so I don't have to keep watch. I don't have to patrol the night. I don't have to monitor every thought. I don't have to scan for every danger. The keeper keeps. And if my thoughts begin to fade, if my body becomes heavy, if sleep comes close, then let it come. Without guilt, without fear, without one more round of planning. Psalm 46 offers the final stillness. Be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46:10. Lord, I be still, not because I achieved calm, but because you are God, and knowing you are God is enough for my tired mind, enough for my stressed body, enough for my soul. So I let the night be quiet. I let my thoughts slow. I let my heart stop bracing. I let my shoulders drop. I let my jaw loosen. I let my inner world soften. And if sleep is already coming, I don't resist it. I receive it as a gift, as a mercy, as a small act of faith. The shepherd is here. The hiding place is here. The keeper is here. The sustaining God is here. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me. Psalm 23:6. Lord, let goodness and mercy follow me into sleep. And if I wake in the night, let goodness and mercy still be there. And if morning comes, let goodness and mercy still be there. Because you are faithful, and my soul can rest